Have you ever thought about building a Lego amusement park in your Lego city? Well, if you have, stay tuned. Hello, everybody. This is Drmcbrick, and I am here with some tips on how to get started and build an amusement park in your Lego city. Okay, so you can see the streets of Figsdale here, just regular streets, and for those of you that have seen my channel a lot, you have watched all the Figsdale updates. But the first thing you must do if you're going to build an amusement park is come up with a grand entrance. There should be an entrance to the amusement park, just as I have here. It can be any type of entrance, but you should have an entrance so that you have well-defined borders around your amusement park. Now, you look, if you see this now, our construction workers are happy and excited to be building the drop-off for the amusement park. But as you see, there is a very defined wall that goes around here that cuts off the amusement park from the rest of the city. So from back here, the rest of the city is back here, but you can see that wall that is a theme wall that goes with the theme I chose, which is the medieval theme for my park entrance. But you can have any type of entrance at all. Just make sure that it's defined. It could be as simple as just these little fence pieces, or it could be the black rails or the blue rails that you get when you get the mixer set, for instance. You could put those up. I chose to do a little bit of the brick wall work and things like that. And then I also chose a vintage set, which is the jousting set. I don't know if you'd really call it vintage, actually. I think it's 2012, so it's really not vintage. But it is a great set, and it lends itself, this jousting wall, this entrance, to an entrance to the theme park. So I was able to incorporate a turnstile, a ticket booth, as you see, and an entranceway. You could add anything you wanted to for an entrance. It could be a simple gate. It could be a grandiose wall like this. It could be another house or another Lego mock that you build that they enter through. But whatever you do, I would suggest adding a defined space and a defined area with an entrance to your amusement park. Okay, the second tip I have is make sure that you put yourself in the minifigure's shoes or plastic molded legs, whichever you prefer. But put yourself in the minifigure's shoes and think about the time in which you went to a zoo, an amusement park, or something like that in your own life. Think about what happened. You entered this magical gate or this entrance, and we've already talked about that. But once you've entered that magical gate and that entrance, what happens? You go through the turnstile and a world of fantasy begins. You are in a magical world. It is different than the real world, but it's similar. And so one of the things I would recommend in your amusement park, should you have the room for it, and even if you don't have the room for it, you can do it on a very, very small scale, but make the place magical, make it whimsical, make it someplace from the perspective of your minifig that your minifig would walk in and go, whoa, this is really different. Now right here, I've chosen, because I chose the original medieval gate, I've chosen to walk in on a medieval village. And so our minifig comes around and they are immediately struck with kind of a main street of a medieval village. And as you know, for any of you who have been to like Disney World or any of the major theme parks around the world, there's always some kind of main street type of thing with gift shops and all that sort of thing. And that's what I've done here, is made these buildings into gift shops and that sort of thing. But I tried to make the park such that when you walk in, it becomes a magical, mystical place. And from the minifig's perspective, everything is different, and it's a place to just escape reality for a while and be in. And that's ultimately what an amusement park is about, right? Escape from reality and fun. So tip number 3, flow. It's all about flow with an amusement park. If you've gone to a real amusement park, you know that as you walk as a patron of that amusement park, there is a flow. There's a flow to the paths. There's a flow to the amusement park rides and attractions. And the flow just works where you walk from one place to another. And as you walk, your mindset changes. I would recommend, if you're building an amusement park, even if it's on a small scale, try to have some flow. Add some paths. Add some bridges. add some things that take you from one ride to the next. Even if it's just a couple of bricks, you can make that transition from one area of your amusement park to the next magical for those minifigs who visit. Now, for instance, right here, one of the things that we have done is we have made a nice medieval castle out of the classic medieval castle set. And so if you notice, the flow of this particular part of our amusement park goes from you enter in the medieval gate, you come through and there's the medieval village. There are some folks on the side doing some things, and then you see the castle in the background. And so that's all of the flow of this particular area of the amusement park. Now, as we go around, there are paths, and those paths lead you on a bridge that takes you over to the other part of the amusement park where the rides are. The next tip in building an amusement park is set up scenes. Set up the scenes. Now, we've gone in the this particular area is our medieval area. So you see we have people who have populated it. Now, I call all these minifigs the workers of the amusement park because they're dressed in period pieces such as the knights and the warriors and all that sort of thing. They are here to make the amusement park real. Again, it's fantasy, it's magic. It's all about kind of the fantasy realism, in a sense, of an amusement park. So you see there's somebody there who is guiding the horses. And as a minifig walks through, and as your patrons of the park walk through, they're going to see all of these people who are dressed in costume. And that will make your amusement park much more fun for those who enter. The next thing to think about in a Lego amusement park is the areas that you want to define. So there should be theme areas. And again, I have an obnoxiously large area for my amusement park with tables and stuff, and it's going to be even bigger as I put tables all the way around some more and add tables all the way back there. But even on a small scale, even if you only have a desk or a small table, you can still put several attractions or rides in them and still make defined areas. And so I would encourage you to think of themes. For instance, I got the pirate roller coaster several months ago, and I was trying to think of a theme for it, and of course the pirate theme comes up. So what did I do? I got on eBay and I bought a couple old pirate sets, some vintage pirate sets that were relatively cheap, such as this one here, and I decided to make a pirate world or a pirate themed area, and I built the roller coaster and I embellished on it by adding waves and putting it out over the water and basically adding things to it that it didn't come with, but you know, cannons and chests and things of that nature, some alligators and plants. Defined a nice path, again, defining paths on which our minifigs will walk and enjoy and experience the theme park. Added a couple of sets, such as these little micro sets that were with the 60th anniversary set that came out a few months back. A tree from the medieval village set over there, and just kind of added some things to make a little pirate world. And that kind of defines that area. Now we have kind of moving along those paths, if you notice, we go into kind of the carnival area. In the carnival area, centerpiece is the large Ferris wheel. And so what I did there was take some of the carnival rides from the mixer and put them right there. And you can see it gives us a very nice defined area that when we walk from the pirate area, our mind as the customer in the theme park shifts and it moves over into the fun and the carnival experience. So again, that gives our theme park a great way to transition from one area to the next. As you see down here, you can see it transitioning from the medieval area to what will be our haunted house area. We will have the Joker Manor roller coaster over there, and it'll be kind of a haunted, fun, spooky area once we add some more tables over there. So there are some defined areas in our theme park right now. They're all done with paths, and I would encourage you, even if you only have a couple of base plates on which to work, make your paths go in little curves like that. Use these little tiny one by circles if you can. They're great because you can kind of make curved paths and things of that nature, and it just gives your theme park a little more texture, a little more depth when you start curving things like that. And you know, in real theme parks, they don't have a lot of straight walkways. There's kind of the midway here, and what I'm trying to get across with this, and the reason I'm making the carnival area nice and square, and it'll be square here, here, it'll come out here, go around here with tables, and then be all squared off, is because carnivals have straight midways. But other attractions, such as the Pirate Coaster in the Pirate World and the Haunted area, don't have straight paths. So again, it's all about theme. It's all about the fantasy of the mind and how your design makes the mind think and puts the mind in a certain worldview and way of thinking that you want your minifigs to do. If you just went into a real amusement park yourself in real life and everything was straight and everything was nice and neat, and you know, all that sort of thing, it would be boring because it would just be kind of like going out on a city street that's a grid pattern, and it really wouldn't be any different. So I encourage you to mix it up a little bit, make some themes. The next tip is embellish the sets that you have. So we have this huge Ferris wheel here, a beautiful model, a beautiful set, and what we did was we basically got on Bricklink and just bought a couple of these fence pieces in the same color as the Ferris wheel and just added a queue or a line that went up to the Ferris wheel. That's all we did. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. We didn't really, I think, probably spent under $10 for this. And we embellished the Ferris wheel so it looks like a ride, and it definitely is a ride that you would see in an amusement park with the line and everything there. So even if you just have one set, embellish the set, add some things to it, mock it up a little bit, and make it real. Another tip is, if you have the time and the space, make mocks. Now, this is a mock of a bathroom. All amusement parks have bathrooms because, you know, that's needed. So again, keeping with that reality and things, try to make mocks that make sense in your amusement park. Last but not least, think of all the different sets that you want to add to your amusement park. Right here is the set that actually started it all, and it's not even on the table yet. It is the large Big Daddy roller coaster from Lego, and I got this, and I decided I'm going to have an amusement park in Figsdale. Well, half an amusement park later, and the Big Daddy still isn't up because I just kept building other things. So anyway, so think about how you want to expand your amusement park. Are certain centerpieces that you want. We have this Creator roller coaster that we're going to put in the amusement park. We have the Disney Castle that will be built and put in the amusement park as well. I have the carousel and the mixer, which is folded up there. And then keeping with our vintage sets, also have a vintage raceway that I'm going to put in the amusement park. But as you can see, we don't have the tables for it right yet, but we're going to get tables and put all the way around and back. And so we'll have a huge amusement park, hopefully, by the time we're done. Now, I know that most people don't have this type of space. But again, as I've said in several of the tips, no matter what space you have, put yourself in the minifigure shoes and think about how magical and fantasy the amusement park that you build can be. So even if you just have one, even if you just have the carousel, for instance, or if you just have the mixer or the pirate roller coaster, which is really, really cool. Think of all of those and, you know, and embellish them the way you can, mock them up the best that you can, and just try to make them, you know, yours and yours alone. Make them unique and special to the type of vibe that you want your amusement park to have. So that's about all I have with the tips for building an amusement park. Stay tuned to our Figsdale updates as we try to publish one every week or two, and we will show you Six Figs Amusement Park as it grows, and grows. We have lots and lots of plans for it, and about 6 to 8 more tables we're going to add in this amusement park. So with that, we'd like to thank all of our subscribers and viewers. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button and hit the bell if you'd like to continue with some of these updates, and subscribe to our channel. We'd really appreciate it. And remember, we are a proud member of the BrickTubers Network. This is Dr. McBrick, thanking all of you and signing out.